it's Tasha here at Tarot by the Moon. Hello everyone, welcome. Just a second, I've got to get my drink because it's so hot today. Sorry about that, you guys. It's so blinking hot. Let me just get my juice. I hope you're enjoying the nice warm weather that we're having. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're enjoying your weather. In the UK, it is boiling at the minute, and we're not used to it like we are in other parts of the world. So, yeah, it's been very intense. Now, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who's been continuing to support me, giving me the likes, shares, subscribes and comments and getting in touch. It's been absolutely wonderful. Yet again, thank you all so much. This little tribe is growing, so it's amazing. The people that I've been speaking to this week, I've got hi John in Nigeria, hi my love, okay. I've been speaking to some fantastic people, all from different spiritual sorts of viewpoints, shall we say, but all very similar as well to myself in the same way, and all sort of concerned with the same work. Of empowering humanity and pushing forward in this shift we're in. So I've been so grateful to make these connections, literally mind-blowing. I should probably do a whole show just about these things. I'm thinking about doing some podcasts and inviting some of you lovely people on there to chat with me about those things. So yeah, it's been amazing. So let's get into the full moon reading. So we're still in the Cancer season. We've got a full moon coming up, we've got a full moon coming up tomorrow in Capricorn. So while we're still in Cancer season, like I've explained to you before, it's going to make us feel a lot more sensitivity, tuning into our sensitivities. So we're continuing with that, learning when to go in the shell, learning when to come out of the shell. But now we've got to add the practical side of Capricorn. Capricorn, very practical energy, okay, very earthy, the complete opposite of Cancer. Couldn't be more different to Cancerian energy, but this is the way the universe takes care of us once again. So we're in this watery, sensitive, psychic, otherworldly energy, and then slap, bang, supermoon in Capricorn. And like I say, it couldn't be more down to earth, couldn't be more business minded, couldn't be more, well, what's the practical, what's the day to day, what's the reality, so-called reality of how we're doing that. So that's a way for us to sort of look at. So Cancer's all about caring, nurturing and those sorts of energies. But how are we doing that? How are we doing that on a practical level? How are we doing that out there in the world? That's what Capricorn seems to be asking us to look at this year, I feel. How can we bring more of that nurturing, caring energy to others, to the world, to circumstances around us? How can we manifest that in the actual earth plane? It's fascinating stuff, and I'm sure a lot of you will have been feeling a lot of intense energies as the build up to the supermoon's been coming closer. I believe it's the biggest supermoon of the year this year for 2022 as well, so it's pretty intense. A lot of people around you may have been feeling very, very sensitive, and at the same time, because I feel with Capricorn, it's quite a demanding energy. Emotionally it can be quite demanding, so you might, on top of the Cancerian sensitivity, there might have been a certain sort of like pressure or a feeling of people wanting to know what's going on, or say for instance you're in relationships and things like that, friendships, relationships, business, any sort of partnerships at all of those nature, family, any of that. You might have felt like everybody's sort of they want to know where they stand, they want to know what's going on, they want to know how things can be taken forward, and they don't want to know, you know, when the moon comes around next time, and they don't want to think about it, and they don't want to, any of that, they want to know now. Or maybe you've been feeling that energy yourself, okay, that things have come to a crisis point maybe where it's like, well no, I need to know now before I can go forward, or I need to know where I stand, or I need to know how I can take these practical steps to bring these things that I'm trying to manifest into my life so that I'm able to express my emotions and care for the people that I really care for and things like that. So I hope that makes sense. That's the kind of energy I feel we're in. It's super intense, as I say. On a global, obviously, as well, that applies massively, absolutely massively. And yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you all so much. Like I say, I've had a wonderful week. I've been connecting with people all around the world again. So hi, you guys. You know who you are. I've had some fantastic connections this week in Nigeria. Hi, John. All right, my love. It's been absolutely mind-blowing. My friend John in Africa is a high priest of the Oludama faith, and it's very similar to what I'm doing here, because it's about medicine, it's about healing, it's about bringing peace about, helping people to empower themselves. And I've had some absolutely mind-blowing connections with people again as the week has gone on. My hardcore as well, you guys. I've had a few wonderful chats with you lot as well. You all know who you are. So thank you so much for sticking with me all the time as well. So let's go in, my darlings. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all riding the wave. The crazy lunar energy at the minute. I hope you're all allowing it to expand your gifts and your consciousness. And I hope you're not finding it too overwhelming. And if you are finding it a little bit overwhelming, especially if you've got a lot of Cancer or Capricorn in your chart, or generally if you just find it overwhelming, there'll be a good reason for that within your chart if you have a proper look. Just take it easy, okay? Just take it easy. Take a day off if you can from everything. If you can, take some time out, drop out. It's intense stuff. I'm due a quiet day any day now myself, to be honest with you. I've got to push on, to be honest with you. I've got a busy week this week, but I really feel like I'm due a quiet day, if you know what I mean. I really felt it this morning. I felt like I could have just quite happily had a down day, you know, and that's okay if that's what you're feeling. If you do have to push on, take your time. Take your time. Don't let yourself get into a rush about things. Don't let yourself get into a lather about things. Have a sip of cold drink, you know, make sure you're keeping cool as you can. Just take a 5-minute break or an hour off or anything you can. The fan hasn't me. I tell you what, oh, so nice. Fan yourself off, yeah, as soon as you start to feel a little bit overwhelmed in any way you can, whether that's just stepping outside of your work environment for a few minutes, or just having a little lay down for a few minutes away from the rest of the family, or whatever you have to do to relax, and just do your three deep breaths and bring yourself back to your centre. Just drop out, have a little nap or anything like that you can, okay? Because it is pretty intense, and it's going to carry on feeling that way now right up through the week, really, until I speak to you next week. It's going to still be having an effect on us big time. So please look after yourself, stay hydrated. It's very important. Right, let's go in with a reading, my loves. So let's just call in the highest vibration of love into this reading for ourselves, for the planet, for all of the people on the planet, for the animals, for the plant life, for everyone and everything. Nothing but radical compassion and love for all of the life on other planets and other realms and interdimensions that we've yet to exist, that we've yet to understand, and for all of the life that supports us and teaches us here on this planet. Nothing but love, and so it is. Okay. So, let's see what's coming up for my darlings. Now, feeling, how can I explain that feeling I'm having there? I'm feeling somebody here in this collective who watches this channel, or who's watching this channel now, is, the only way I can describe it is like as if you've become wide open yourself. It's like as if I've been shown an expansion, a bandwidth sort of thing, has improved. Your bandwidth has improved somehow, and I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling it in myself also. you may have been having a lot of clear clairvoyant sort of moments and things like that. I feel like you feel very grounded in it as well, though, wherever that is. I feel like it's almost like you're levelling up there. You feel very grounded with it. It's not blowing you away like it used to. And that sort of thing. Okay. I'd just like to say as well, sorry I went off on one then because the channel came in really strongly. Just like to say as well, just for any new viewers, sorry, you don't need to be any particular sign to join in with this reading. This reading is an intuitive reading. You can be any star sign at all. I've just discussed the basic energies that we're in, the astral weather that we're in very briefly at the beginning, and that's as far as that goes. You could be any sign at all to come into this reading. You can watch it at any time. If you're watching it at a random time, months down the line after I've made the film or whatever, there's probably just something in there for you that will help you or resonate with you. Also, you might find that the messages really resonate for you. You might say to me, Tash, that is my reading 100%. Or you might find just part of it does. Or you might find that none of it does. But you've just enjoyed it for the sake of what it is anyway, which is a healing and a blessing and a protection in itself. Okay, my loves. So I hope that makes sense. I call this my element spread, okay? The first area represents air, and that represents our thought patterns and thought processes and our mental health and all that sort of thing. The second one represents our heart and our emotion and our life. The third one represents our creativity and our passion and how we're getting things done and resolved. And the fourth one is all about earth. It's that very Capricorn energy. How are we getting it done? When are we getting it done? The practical guts of life, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you, my loves. I'm going to go in straight away. I've got lovely Six of Cups energy. I've been getting this card a lot in the last couple of weeks. I've been getting it for other people in their readings. I've been getting it for myself, for my own insights, and it's come up in the first position in our Tarot by the Moon as well. So I feel like it's like a star card energy the last couple of weeks. Six of Cups is often about past lives. So a lot you might start, maybe you've just never even been interested in that before, and all of a sudden you've had your interest piqued about those things. Or maybe you've been having outright experiences relating to your past life, and you're starting to knit a lot of that together. Okay. And like I said to you before, I feel like somebody who's like bandwidth psychically have really broadened, and it's coming in thick and fast for you maybe. Okay, it's come up in the area of our mind and our mental health and things like that. It's often about nostalgia as well. It's often about looking back with fond memories. It's often about like childhood sweethearts or first loves, or somebody that you've been attached to in the past in some sort of way. Old friends, good memories, sweet memories, good bonds, nostalgia. It's coming up in the area of air though in our thoughts, so I feel like it's about looking back with nostalgia, like looking back fondly. It's about taking care of those memories and being shown there now, because obviously in this particular description, which is Tarot of the Northern Shadows, that lady there is obviously taking very, very close care of that gentleman lying there, and he obviously looks like he needs it as well, bless him. And I feel like that's what it's showing me we need to take care of those. Like, while it's not healthy to sort of live in the past and keep looking back, I will say though that is very Cancerian. Nostalgia, looking back, memories, it's a Cancerian thing. So a lot of us might have been having those issues coming up in the energy, I suppose. So a lot of us might have been looking back, sort of having old memories surface and things like that. And some of them are very, very sweet memories, and some of them are to be cherished, and there are gems of medicine and wisdom within those memories for you. No, that's not to say we've got to cling to them and live in them forever, because that's part of Cancerian energy as well. It's like, treasure those memories, treasure the past, but don't cling to it. Don't cling to it, because we're not in the past, obviously we're in the now and all the rest of it, and that's the only place that we have any power. So look back fondly, Give thanks for those wonderful times and those wonderful experiences. But don't cut yourself off from the supply that's come in, because I think it's the words of a Gogol Bordello song has just been put in my head now. There were never any good old days, he says. They are today, they are tomorrow. It's a stupid thing we say, cursing our lives with sorrow. And something like that, look it up. There were never any good old days, they are today, they are tomorrow. Gogol Bordello, fabulous. You've gotta love that guy. Can't think of the guy's name now. Oh, anyway, fabulous stuff. Look it up. That's the sort of sentiment I'm getting there now. Yeah, it's great to look back, and it's good to be grateful and thankful, and how lucky are we that we had those times. But to say, oh, you know, the good old days, and to be stuck in that energy sort of blocks more of those memories. You know, the even better days that are coming, there are yet memories to be made. We haven't done it all yet. Some of us might be feeling a little bit jaded or whatever, but there are still adventures to have. There are still good things coming for us. So let's not allow that energy to keep us trapped, is what I mean. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to move on. We've got a tower in the element of water, which is our emotions. Destruction, it comes up as in this particular deck, which the tower is all about. It's a bit more of a darker energy, and people do shy away from tower energy when it comes up in their readings. However, it's only there to be understood. Nothing's either good nor bad, especially in the tarot. It's only there to be understood and worked with. So where we've got a tower, what we can see is that there's something here, especially emotionally, that's it's done. It's fallen away. It's fallen away from you. It's there's nothing that can be done to save it. So you just as well get out of the way of the fallen masonry, if you know what I mean. You just as well get yourself out of there, because it's got to crumble. It absolutely has to crumble. If you try and delay the process, the universe will come along and give it a push, and it'll be over anyway. You know, something will happen. Like I say now, crisis points come in. We've got the full moon come in, and that will bring anything that's been brewing right to a crisis point. So towers, at a time like this, especially with the Capricorn energy as well, and a Cancer energy together, is not surprised that there's some of us might be having a tower moment. That doesn't mean I have to say we have to be scared or let it affect the whole of our lives, but in some area of your life, I feel very much in the emotional area of our lives, for somebody in particular here as well, there is a collapse of the way you used to feel. Perhaps you just suddenly woke up and realised that you don't feel the way you used to feel anymore. Maybe you used to be madly in love and now you're madly out of love, and you've just sort of realised it. Maybe you had certain belief systems and now you're questioning them. It's okay, that's how we grow. We're meant to change. We're not meant to stay the same forever. That's another lie, you know. Maybe you feel differently about somebody to how you ever thought you'd feel about them. That's okay. It's another expectation and a lie that we've been brainwashed with of, oh, you know, I will always love you and I will never think anything bad about you. It's just not the way it works, is it, lovelies? And most of us know that. But the trouble is then, on top of having to deal with those circumstances when they come up, we have to deal with the guilt of feeling like that, which is the bit that's the lie, which is completely unnecessary. And while those things can be painful, and surely are painful, towers are, you know, there is a fair amount of discomfort within a tower moment, especially if it comes up in your emotional life. Remember that it doesn't last, you know, that the turmoil of the tower in your emotions is not going to last forever. Those feelings, they don't last forever. And they're just your feelings. They are just your feelings. They're not the truth of you. They're not the whole of you. So don't let it dominate the other areas of your life. Don't let it dominate the truth of you, because behind all of our turbulent emotions and our scattered brains, like I said to you last week, we are unity consciousness. We are love. We're peace. Okay? We're unflappable underneath. Drop all of the drama away, and you know it. You know what I'm saying makes sense. It hits home. I hope so, anyway. whoever is going through that, I'm sending you a lot of love, because it's not easy when you're stuck in that falling tower. It's not the nicest energy to be in, but be assured that it will pass and the universe has got your back, and you'll see soon. The quicker you sort of allow it to happen and, like I say, go with it instead of fighting against it, the better off it'll be in the long run, whatever circumstance that is. The next card coming up is beautiful Queen of Discs. Okay, Queen of Discs coming up there in our area of fire and creativity and how we're getting things done. Now, the Queen of Discs, of all the 4 queens of the tarot, she's the very grounded and practical. If anyone's a Capricorn of the queens, this is the Capricorn energy of Queen. This is Queen Capricorn, in fact. So really happy to see her there in this full moon, supermoon in Capricorn reading. Now, it says Queen of Discs, but I've never thought it before, but I can't help feeling like that disc does look like a full moon, and not just a full moon, a supermoon at that, does it not? Because it hasn't got really any coin markings on it or anything. It's just like a big glowing orb, a huge fat glowing orb. Beautiful owl representing her wisdom. She's very, very practical. She's super grounded. She knows how to build things from the bottom up. She knows how to enjoy luxury, enjoy life. Can be quite serious-minded. A lover of the arts, a lover of anything you can make with your hands, I would like to say. Can be a little bit, some other people might find her a little bit scary, because she can come across a little bit rigid. Okay, but it's just because she's got such a practical, steady nature, and that's how she's manifests everything that she does. She's not like a total sorceress like the Queen of Rods is, but she does have a certain magic of her own where she just builds on things and builds on things. She'll take a small amount of something and build on it and build on it and build on it, whatever it is, any energy you give to a Queen of Discs. So that's come up in our area of fire. Now, I'm glad it's come up in our area of fire, because like I say, she is very creative. She's very, anything you can do with your hands, anything that you can build a bit at a time, steadily, quietly, that's the energy we've got at the minute for our creativity. So it's about a steady energy. It's about building slowly, and you'll look back one day and go, goodness me, I've done all of that. I only did it a bit at a time or whatever, but look, and all of a sudden this thing has grown, you know. That's the kind of energy we're going in with there. I feel like it's asking us to stay grounded during this full moon energy as well, because I've just been shown that disc, because it's not like a coin like you see on other Queen of Discs. It does look like a full moon, and it looks like a supermoon at that. It's the way it's glowing. And I just feel like it's asking us to stay grounded, to remember to stay grounded. And I feel like the fact that it's come up in that area of passion as well, and fire, is showing us that we will stay grounded. We will. Where in the past, perhaps these supermoon times have bowled us over a bit, have sapped us, taken a lot out of us. I feel like we're learning how to, especially here in this tribe, I feel like we're learning how to ride that wave, the energy, and actually stay. That's the trick to. That is so Cancer and Capricorn. If you can stay grounded as Capricorn through the height of a full moon in Cancer season, you've definitely graduated spiritually. You've definitely finished a level there spiritually, okay? I feel like that owl is showing us that you've leveled up as well, okay? Because that's a high magic. I've got my little owl. A lot of you will have seen my post about my owl feather that I found as well. I've got here actually. I just thought I'd bring that into the reading and share it with you. If you're having trouble staying grounded, just remember to take little breaks, okay? There's lots of ways you can stay grounded, and you'll find your own ways. The simplest one that I've learned over the last few years, and I've struggled with staying grounded big time, Cancerian energy really struggles with it, okay? It's just when I'm in those moments where and all of this is, the emotional tower is taking over and I can't find what I do, and it sounds simple, but it really, really works for me, is I just stop for a minute, I take a deep breath, and I think about the bottom of my feet. I've told you this before, but I'll say it again, just to remind you, and just in case any new viewers are watching. If you do it, you just take a moment when you're feeling that sketchy energy, and you just take a deep breath, realise that you're freaking out. Take the deep breath and just think about what the bottom of your feet feels like. And you can do it right now. And it feels so grounding and so solidifying. I find it really helps. Simple exercise that if you get in the habit of it and you practice it regularly, whenever you feel like those emotions are getting the better of you, or those intense energies are getting the better of you, and you remember to hydrate, take little sips of water or a nice apple juice or something like that, you'll be feeling better in no time, my loves, okay? Take extra rest if that's what you feel like you need to do as well. There's no guilt should be attached to taking extra rest when you feel like you need it. Facts. The next one coming up we've got is another 6 energy. We've got a 6 of discs. Now 6 is a number of love, I have to say as well, and we've got double 6 here. So there's a lot of love in this reading, and there's a lot of love in this collective at the minute, and I'm feeling that with you guys. Actually, my cheeks are hurting a little bit right now because I've got that sort of face on where, you know, I've been sort of grinning right through the reading, so that's probably because I'm feeling the love and the energy from you wonderful guys. So the 6 of discs has come up in the earth area, okay? Now this is what we're manifesting through all of this that we've talked about. This is how we're manifesting in the earth plane on the day-to-day. And it's the 6 of discs. It's a card of philanthropy. It's a card of charity. As you can see in the illustration there, that lady's looking very well-to-do. She's got a lovely fur cloak on and a crown, and she's got all these lovely gold discs. She's just generously sharing them out equally and fairly amongst the people around her who she feels perhaps haven't been so fortunate as her. And that is wonderful energy. What did I say at the beginning? It relates to that, that energy of, okay, so we're in Cancer season, and that's all about giving and nurturing and sharing and caring and all of that. But then Capricorn's very practical and wants to know how everything's getting done and when everything's getting done and now, and you know, that sort of energy. And 6 of discs, that's what it is. It's practical side of caring, of supporting. So you may be on the receiving end of this kind of generosity and support from somebody. So obviously always show an attitude of gratitude in those instances. Don't be too proud to accept help if it's offered to you. Don't be too proud to ask for help if you think, you know, somebody might be able to help you as well, okay? Because you'll always get a chance to pay that back somehow. Life will always provide you that chance to help somebody in a similar circumstance further down the road of your life. So never feel guilty about that either. That's what we should be doing. We should be helping each other out. Or you may be lucky enough to be in a position where you were able to support people and give a little bit more of yourself. Could be, obviously this is this, could be money. A lot of us haven't got the money we'd like to have, especially these days since the pandemic. But that doesn't mean you can't give, even if it's only a little bit. Only if it's a little bit your time and your energy, or any way you can help somebody at all. You might help them in a practical way. You might help them to, I don't know, fix their car or do something in their house. You might cook them some food. You might just listen to them because they need somebody to listen to them and really listen to them. You might just offer somebody a little bit of your energy and just give them a little smile and a joke or a little hug or something. But it's about that kind of energy. It's about giving from a generous heart and receiving in a generous way as well. Because like I say, if you're on the receiving end of it, and that's amazing. But don't close yourself off to that generosity from people. Receive it and understand. Just be grateful and understand that the universe will provide you with an opportunity to pay that back at some time, and you don't need to feel awkward or guilty or anything like that, okay? So I hope that makes sense for you, my loves, and I hope that has helped. I really, really do. I'm going to go in with a moon ritual because it is a full moon, after all, supermoon. So don't forget as well, allow that moonlight to come in and cleanse you. Now cleansing can happen in a number of ways. Emotionally, especially with this tower, I'm a little bit concerned for us there. that is very emotional. You might want to have a good cry, you know, or you might be watching something daft and tears might come up, you know, let them come up. It's absolutely fine. In fact, it's more than fine. It's just bang on time if that's how you feel. Or you might be feeling the opposite of that kind of emotion, but you might feel like you want to laugh and sing and, you know, play the giddy goat or whatever. That's okay as well. Let it come out. Be as silly as you want. There's nothing but medicine in it all, especially during this season and this super full moon now, okay? Once you've released that, because that is very cleansing, once you've released that, you'll be feeling a lot more centered, grounded, and able to give from this beautiful, generous heart energy. Okay, what have I got here? Oh, it does say the full moon in Pisces, which it isn't. However, it does say sheds light on my emotional journey, which is exactly what I'm saying. So just if we change that in Capricorn, if we just say the full moon sheds light on my emotional journey, that's exactly what I'm just saying as I'm shuffling them. Beautiful mermaid illustration there. Yeah, exactly. So allow it to. That's what I'm saying. Allow that moonlight to come in and wash through your emotions, whether you need to laugh, cry, pick up the phone and talk to somebody. Like I always say to you guys, if you're feeling triggered or anything, you can always get in touch with me and I will always listen. And I will always put you in the right direction of wonderful people and services that can help you, whatever crisis is you're sort of facing. Okay, my loves? Don't hesitate to ask. Don't ever hesitate to get in touch with things like that. Please do get in touch with me. Please continue to give me likes. One thing I want to say as well is I feel like I'm doing another one. So there we go. Right, the next full moon guides me to make transformational changes in my life. Very Tower. Because change comes with the Tower. Sure as... Yeah, sure bet. Because... It has to, that stuff has to get cleared away so as we can bring in the new, okay? This is what the changes are. And those changes can be quite scary, especially in Cancer season or if you have a lot of Cancerian energy, because you don't like change. You've got that Cancerian energy. You like everything to be cosy and everything to be just so. And it's when you're a very sensitive nature, it's highly stressful to put yourself outside your comfort zone sometimes and make things change, even though you know they should or whatever. But please take heart. This moon is here to guide us through that. This moon is here to lend you energy to actually get that done. So those could be little changes. Don't underestimate the power of them. Like I always say to you guys, never underestimate the power of any small change you can make. Or they could be big changes. Whatever they are, just take a big deep breath and get in there and get it done, because your guides are willing you on there, my loves. Okay, they're willing me on to do another one here as well. So I will. That's what I was going to say to you guys as well. A lot of you have been sending me messages on my Facebook page. Please don't send me messages on my Facebook page because I simply can't open them. Facebook won't allow me to open them, and it's really frustrating because there's quite a lot of them in there now and I can't open them. Facebook are having issues with that particular button, and it's not a button I can like switch off on it either, or that I can see to. Unless anyone knows how to do that, let me know if you do. Because I think it's confusing people, because I'm saying get in touch with me, and I've left an email address on there, and I think, what are you doing? You're going, oh, she said get in touch. And I've put the email address on there, but instead of going to the email address, you just go and send message, clicking on send message, and that's just going straight to my Facebook page. And I can't open those, my love, so I'm so sorry about that. I'm not ignoring you ever. I would love to read those messages and get back to you. I don't know what's going on there. Please get in touch with me via my email, which is zeliastarot22@mail.com. zeliastarot22, all little letters, all together, @mail.com. It's on the website, and I'll leave a link in the box below for you as well, my loves. Please give me a like and a share and support. It means the world to me, and it's the only way I'm ever going to grow this channel is with you guys backing me up. So please, please, please continue to like. It's super important. Give me a share, give me a subscribe if you haven't already. It's really easy. It's just a couple of simple steps. There's no money involved, there's no pressure involved. Hit the bell if you want to receive notifications of when the next video is coming out as well. That's super important. Okay. Yeah, please do that for me. It'll be absolutely wonderful of you. So, the full moon enhances my positivity and joy. There we go. Well, I tell you what, if we stay in alignment with what I've seen in this reading today, okay, it'll be nothing but positivity and joy. There'll be nothing but positivity and joy, you know. Yeah, it's going to have some challenges here and there with the tower. Yeah, we're going to have to learn how to process emotions. But I mean, that's what Cancer is about. That's what Cancer season's about. And it'll be Leo season next week, so we'll be in a completely different energy again. So while we're still in Cancer season, make the most of it. And don't forget, like, when we move from season to season and we've worked on these things that sign is teaching us or whatever, doesn't mean that's it now. Next month we're not doing any of that Cancer stuff, or we're not doing any of the Gemini stuff that we learned last month or whatever. That's not how it works. How it works is, so you've learned that dance step, now you add another move to it. You keep that one and you keep adding to it, and that's how we progress and that's how we evolve. So I hope that makes sense. Actually, this says the full moon in Gemini enhances my positivity and joy. So perhaps some of the lessons that we learned during the Gemini season are going to come in as handy tools for us right now as well. Now, I hope this has been enjoyable reading, and I hope it's been helpful to you guys. Like I say, I'm just going to do one more card for us. Well, I say one more, we'll see what happens now. I'm just going to do us a Brian Froud Fairy Oracle. Let's see what comes up. These lovely guys. Oh, I've got a really light-headed feeling. Oh, I love it. Right. No wonder I've got a really light-headed feeling. Right, okay. As soon as I pick them up. Fairy Guide. Now, it's a blank card, okay? And the reason why this is a blank card is because this is about your own personal guide coming through, okay? So we've got all these wonderful guides illustrated in the Brian Froud Fairy cards. And then the 0 card is about your own fairy guide, which is your own unique one, which isn't in the pack. So only you'll know what that is, okay? So it's about tuning in with that. I absolutely love that came up. Oh, seriously, I felt so lightheaded as soon as I picked that up and started shuffling. The energy changed. Now, no surprise, because my fairy guide's trying to speak to me now. So let me tell you now. It says guidance, direct communication with fairy. This card has been left blank for you to draw your own fairy guide on. Some people may have a clear mental image of their personal guide to fairy, but if you don't have yet, there are a couple of things you can try. First, try doing some loose sketches by a meditative state, asking your personal guide to help you draw. That will probably work, but if it doesn't, ask to be given a symbol to represent that fairy, and then just go with the first thing that comes to your mind, whatever it is. This is an interesting exercise, and I've done it myself years ago, but I didn't put it on the card because I didn't want to spoil the cards. But yeah, it is really interesting. I do recommend you try it. By drawing your fairy guide or symbol on the card, you personalise and attune the deck, connecting the energy of the cards and the fairies on them with your own energy. Some people go through elaborate rituals with their tarot decks and oracles to get an energy connection between themselves and the deck, but it's unnecessary with this one. All you need to do here is to include your own fairy guide, and everything else is taken care of. So thank you to my fairy guide for that. Dear me. So also says, I've got to laugh now because that is the fairy energy. Right. Both this and the reverse reading are something you will need to work out with your fairy guide. Please note that this, like all the other readings, are on the fairies card. Subjects change without notice. That's how the fairies are. And I think you will get used to working that way with them. You will find it a very rewarding experience and have fun. I did say at the beginning, your guides are trying to work strongly with you. I'm going to have to, I'm sure I said that right at the beginning, you guys. I'm sure you guys will let me know. So, and also that I feel like there's an expansion. Somebody's had a bandwidth improvement, okay? That's this as well. Okay, you might find that you've got clear communication with your guides, and that they're becoming very, very real to you, as real as any person or whatever, you know, and that communication is increasing. Or you may find that this is something you've been thinking about exploring a bit more, and if you have, then this is your cue to definitely go down that road, my loves. Okay, loving that. It's a little bit like the weird rune in the runes. There's a rune that's called weird, and basically, yeah, I'll talk about that another time, but it's a little bit like that fairy card energy, I always think, because it's sort of like, well, it's numbered 0 for a start. Now, in the tarot, which it isn't, I know, but in the tarot, the 0 is the Fool, and the 0 is a holy number, because it represents nothing, but it also represents everything. It's nothing and everything all in one. Fairy riddles for you. So yeah, you take from that what you will. I feel like I want to do a starseed as well. A lot of you enjoyed the starseed ending last week and got in touch with me to let me know. So thank you so much, you guys. I've just been prompted to do one now. So let's see what's coming up. Excuse me. Please give me a like and a share, like I say. It means all the world to me. It makes all the difference to make my channel grow, you guys. Because every single subscriber that I get is just bumping it up. Oh. Okay. Got 3. Okay, thank you. So grateful. The first one is called Called. Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. See? Bandwidth has increased. It's like, maybe you don't even know it yet, but it has. Maybe it's time to try these things. Maybe it's time to take those steps into it, because, you know, it's not, you know, everybody's at their own pace and whatever. So some people might be feeling it more than others, or some people might have been working harder or concentrating on it more than others. But it doesn't mean, like, it does. What I'm saying is, it does affect everyone. You know, this shift that we're going through, everyone's bandwidth has definitely increased wherever you are at with it. So just remember that and give it a go. Called, you know. Soul Gifts and Training, it's time to step up. It's time to step up. Maybe you already know what you need to do. Maybe you're already doing it. Maybe you just need a little bit of a shove, you know. Baby steps. We've had this one before in the collective. Action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. See, fairy guide, follow your intuition. Baby steps, that's okay, take baby steps. Don't, I'm a light worker now, or I'm a this, or I'm a that now, so I've got to, what have I got to do? I've got to make the world all around. No, baby steps. One of the most important things you can learn if you want to make a difference spiritually is how to take care of yourself first, and I mean that big time. And it's like, oh well, you know, the ego might sort of tell us, oh well, you know, that's not very spiritual, oh that's not right, well I don't know what, you know, that's not like, you know, sparks or showers or columns of light flying about and wherever. Plenty of time for all of that. The next one says big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Now, I think I chatted to you guys before about my starseed reading that I've had with Courage, followed the channel also. Hello, my love. Hello, my darling. So I know myself, I've got the Pleiadian energy. So the Pleiadian energy is ever present in these readings, especially since I've acknowledged it. So let's just say thank you to the Pleiadian grandmothers for helping me to channel this today as well, because I feel like they are a massive part of it, if not that they have been. That is what I've been doing all along, if you see what I mean. Big picture thinking. So yeah, you know, this is what I say about microcosm and macrocosm. Yeah, it's baby steps. It's what you're doing one step at a time. Just could be little things that you're sorting out and wherever. Like I said, no action's too big or too small. But also it's visionary, also it applies to the large. Also those baby steps that you're taking, that clearing and resolving of things, your emotions, and staying grounded and open-hearted, and all of those energies we spoke about earlier, and allowing the past to be in the past, and all of that, right? That's, in your personal life, those are your baby steps, but also that applies to the whole of humanity. And there we have it, with the Pleiades energy coming through there, okay? So bear with me a minute, because I feel a little bit emotional even looking at that. So it's about bringing those inspired ideas to life, which I very much feel is why that blank card came up as well, because that's up to you to create. We're the master creators, as we always say, okay? We're the master creators here, so it's up to you what you're going to create there. You've got the energy, you've got the Pleiades energy backing it up. What we're going to create, we're going to stay stuck in a still tower, has brought us no good, or we're going to get out of the way of that and clear that emotion, allow ourselves to cry, allow ourselves to laugh, allow ourselves to be cleansed by this beautiful moonlight that we're going to be experiencing over the next few nights. Are we going to stay stuck in the past and believe that there's no more good times for us, or are we going to cherish those memories and understand that because we had those good times, more yet to come? We could create that would be better. Are we going to stay grounded as that beautiful Queen of Discs while creating and giving from a generous and open heart? We could create that, we could do that. Let's do that, my loves. I feel quite emotional, no surprise. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're all still with me through this reading. I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps. Yeah. Let me just look in the little box, see? Like I say, that is quite unfamiliar to me. I've not pulled that card before, so I've seen these two before, but I've not seen that one. So let's look at that one. Big picture thinking. Let's look at it together. The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They are here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. There you go. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a vision for humanity. Exactly what I'm saying, my loves. Hold the vision, okay? You're likely a natural big picture thinker. You're to generate ideas for the future. You're to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you and me, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. Isn't that just exactly what we've been saying there? The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently and you're being called to usher it in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. The Pleiadians support us in this important stage of Earth's development. They want us to know that the decisions we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible. That's exactly what I just pulled through there. So grateful. Trust that vision and follow it through with your daily actions. To dream a new world into being, hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think, for it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's an actual reality. How are you now being called to step up and lead? What new ideas or creations are you being called to pursue? Called to pursue, and that card is actually called Called. Let's look at that one then. Called. There we go. You came to Earth with a double mission, to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you towards, for it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some of you may already be aware, others have been just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission and to share your soul's gifts. If you're being called towards a creative project or a passion or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling unprepared or thinking, who am I to do that, this card is guiding you to step up and leap. And consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. Didn't we mention at the beginning about the 6 Cups being all about past lives? There you go. I love it how these readings come together. I come into these readings and I heard another psychic person saying that when they go into their thing that they do, which is quite different from what I do, but I loved what they said, where they said that it's like jumping out of an aeroplane and just trusting that your parachute's going to be working and that you're going to, it is what happens when I come on and I switch the camera on. I never know what's going to come up. I only know the general energies that we're in. And then I open the channel and I've never been let down, and I'm just feeling really humble and grateful, and I think you guys can see the emotion with me today here. Because that's spot on. That's exactly what I was seeing at the beginning, or being shown at the beginning, rather more accurately I should say, was with our 6 of Cups energy, was about the past lives, and that a lot of us are starting to have a lot of realizations about that stuff right now. And then it comes right at the end, the reading's brought full circle with that card there, asking us to step up, because you've already learned everything you needed to learn in your other lifetimes past. So it's time to step up now and see what can be done and see what we can create, okay? And that is beautiful and really important as well during this full moon, because the full moon, as we know, is traditionally a time of potent energy where we can manifest massively. So remember to keep that mind on an even keel, keep that ego in check. We're only human as well. It's okay if you didn't, it's okay if you did get a bit out of control or whatever. It is okay. Don't add to it by beating yourself up about it and feeling guilt about it. Just drop out and then come back and see what you can do, okay? It's okay. We're not here to be perfect and do things right all the time and all the rest of it, but we are here, to have a human experience. We're spirits having a human experience. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the reading. I certainly have. From the bottom of my heart, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I wish you a happy full moon, happy full supermoon. I'll be back with you next week on the waning moon. So we'll be looking at release. We're looking at what we're letting go that's no longer serving us. We'll be clearing. And it'll be a massive clearing as well. So we'll look forward to that. But for now, ride the waves, ride the energy. Okay. Get ready for changes. Remember positivity and joy. That's what we're here for. That's another thing the Pleiadians want to remind us of. We're meant to enjoy life. Part of the reason why we come here, and a lot of us, especially starseeds and sensitive people and whatever, are like, oh, why am I stuck on this planet? Oh, I can't wait to get out of here. Oh, I can't wait to go home or beam me up, Scotty, and all of that. Well, no. That's why we keep coming back. And it is dense energy. And it is hard. And it is hard when you've got a high vibration and you're a certain kind of person. It is very difficult to be in this dense, heavy energy where most people are stuck in negative, greed, and those negative sort of heavy emotions that you get from other people around you, and when you put the TV on and it's really hard. But the point is, we're meant to enjoy life. It's meant to be happy. It's meant to be a joy. Okay, and until we start to experience that and learn that and do that, we're always going to be coming back. We're always going to be coming back. So also I want to say as well, remember that we're already in that 5th dimension. Remember that your future self, your best self, if what I'm talking about now is a little bit over your head, that's okay, bear with me, okay? So just think of it as your best self, your best possible life and your best possible future and your best possible self. It already exists. It already exists. Just to keep it on simple terms, just believe that it already exists, and all you need to do is bring the rest of yourself into alignment with that. okay, and to allow that to happen, and to allow that to happen, and to allow the Tower to take away what isn't bringing that for you, is keeping you stuck in less, in lack, okay. I hope this helps. It's been a powerful one, but we expect nothing less this time of the calendar, and I just show gratitude to Spirit always, and gratitude to each one of you for your beautiful lights as well. Please give me a like, please give me a share. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I'm so grateful, and so it is. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.